What's going on, guys? I am Luxurie Castillo, and we are going to talk about how to travel from LA, Los Angeles to Philippines, also Las Vegas, Nevada to the Philippines, and finally Arizona. So let's start off with LAX. If you live in Southern California or Central California, somewhere in Los Angeles, Alhambra, Montebello, Baldwin Park, West Covina, Chino Hills, Diamond Bar, that area, you could take an international flight from LAX and get a direct flight to Philippines. And a direct flight is only going to take you about 14 hours from LAX to Manila. And then coming back, it's going to be 12 hours. And the flight coming out of LAX, the economy ones, if you book the flight, let's say almost a year, say 10 months, 11 months ahead of time, that's probably gonna cost you around $800, $900, except for summer and December. So summer, like when people when they're out of school, like around June or around December, that's gonna cost you more. That's probably gonna cost you close to $2,000. And if you book those tickets early, like maybe close to a year, you might get them less than 2,000, but it's gonna play around between $1,500 to $2,000 or even more. So to fly out of LAX is fairly easy. You can get the cheapest flight. Now I use Philippine Airline, and I'm not getting paid by Philippine Airline by bringing them up on this video. I use them because it's a direct flight. I used to get those flights that will go to China or to Korea or Japan, and then I would do a stopover, and then I'll stay there for like 2-3 hours or maybe 5 hours, layovers. And then I fly, and they get on another plane and fly to the Philippines. And then coming back, I'll do the same thing, fly to Korea, China, or Japan, or Taipei, Taiwan, and then lay over for 2-3 hours, maybe 5, and then fly to LAX. I was saving about maybe $300 by doing that, $300 to $400. Well, I didn't want to spend that much time anymore. I don't want to do any more layovers, so I'm willing to spend $400 more for the flight round trip. So I use Philippine Airline. A lot of people talk about how bad Philippine Airline is, late, or the plane is old. But I don't really care for that because I'm there to sit and enjoy the flight. Actually, I sit there and I go to sleep, and then by the time I wake up, we're already landing. And I just do that, and I don't really care about the service. I just want to get to the Philippines, okay? So that's the easiest way to go to the Philippines. You have the Philippine Airline direct flight, or there's other airlines which is about $300 to $400 cheaper, but you got some layovers. Now, let's say you retired and you moved to Las Vegas. Now you're a frequent flyer. You go to the Philippines a lot. Now you have Harris International Airport. You take a flight there, but it's only going to take you to LAX or San Francisco. They don't have a direct flight from Las Vegas International Airport straight to the Philippines. There is no direct flight. You got no choice but to get a flight, domestic flight, from Las Vegas, Harris International Airport. You could go to land in LAX or San Francisco. And there's going to be a layover because you're going to have to wait for an international flight to get out of the States. So the layover, my experience was around 3 hours to 5 hours going to the Philippines. And then from there, I get a direct flight, Philippine airline. And then San Francisco gets American airline direct flight to the Philippines now. So you get a direct flight and then you land in the Philippines. Imagine if you're not taking a direct flight from LAX or San Francisco. So that means you're gonna fly from Las Vegas International Airport, Harris, fly to LAX, wait 3-4 hours, and then take another flight. Then you're gonna go to Korea, for example, Korea, Taipei, or Japan, or Hong Kong, or China, and then wait another 2-3 hours, or maybe 4 hours, and then from there you fly to the Philippines, take another flight to go to the Philippines. So that's gonna take you longer, but you will save about $300-400. Or the same situation, but maybe not LAX, fly from Harris International, Las Vegas, to San Francisco, and then delayed flight again. So you're gonna, not delayed flight, but layover, wait there 3-4 hours, and then take another flight, and then straight to Korea or Taipei or China or Japan, and then wait 2-3 hours, and then get on another flight, and then go to the Philippines. So all of those layovers, if you're not a frequent flyer, it may not bother you. It will not bother you. It shouldn't bother you. If you fly to go to the Philippines maybe once every 10 years, then maybe this will be fun for you. But if you fly constantly, like me myself, I fly 4 or 5 times a year. Now that I'm retired, I'll be flying maybe 3-4 times a year, but I'll be staying there longer. So I still want a direct flight. I don't want to deal with the layovers. So there you go, guys. So if you're coming from from Las Vegas Harris International Airport, you don't have a direct flight. Now, if you're flying out of Harris International Airport or Las Vegas, it's gonna cost you another $500, or I've seen one $700 more. So $500 to $700 more than if you just flew out of LAX. So that's an extra pay, extra cost, and then extra layovers. Then that's for the direct flight. So there you go. So if you live in Las Vegas, you got no choice but to fly. Well, you don't have a choice. No, you do have a choice. So you can either fly, if you live in Las Vegas, if you want to fly out of there, you live near there, somebody can drop you off to the airport, and then you fly out of there. And just be prepared to pay a little bit more than if you were flying out of LAX. Now, if you have relatives or friends in California near LAX, you can drive yourself over there. The drive is about 5 hours, 5.5. Park your car there, take an Uber, about $20, take you to the airport. Now, the expense and the layover stuff will be decreased to a minimal. So you can save more money going that way than flying out of LAX. But if you don't want to do that drive, fly out of LAX and then just deal with the layovers and the extra $700, $500 to $700. So if you live in Arizona, okay, if you fly out of Phoenix, it'll be the same situation. If you have flights, if there is flights coming from Phoenix, if you have flights come from Phoenix, which is very seldom and very few, you fly out of Phoenix airport to LAX or San Francisco and do the same thing as if you're living in Las Vegas. Now, if you don't live in Phoenix and you live somewhere in how do we say, other than Phoenix, let's say you're in between Las Vegas International Airport, Harris International Airport, and Phoenix, and you want to fly out from Las Vegas, then it'll take you a 2-hour drive to go to Harris International Airport and do the same thing, just like I mentioned. So if you live in Arizona and you're not near an airport, you're not near Las Vegas Airport, or not near Phoenix Airport, you're pretty much in a conundrum, because there's no other airports in Arizona. So you're gonna have to figure out how to get an Uber to go LAX, or an Uber to Phoenix, and they're like 2 hours drive. Or you can drive yourself again to LAX and fly out of there. My personal preference, because I save money this way, and also save time, because there's no delay, there's no what's that word I'm looking for, layovers. I'm in between Las Vegas and Phoenix Airport. I drive, it takes me 5 hours to get to LAX. I park my car at my friend's house. I take an Uber to the airport, LAX, $20, and then I save around $500 for my round trip ticket. My drive, I know it's 5 hours one way, it's better than a layover. Also, the gas is not that expensive compared to $500. So that's my preference. So in summary, if you live in California near LA and you fly out of LA, it's a much easier time to get out of there to fly to Philippines, and it's cheaper too. Better than if you move to Las Vegas or Phoenix, because those two towns or two cities, they don't have a direct flight from Las Vegas International Airport or Phoenix to straight direct flight to Philippines. So that's a problem right there. No direct flight. So that's pretty much it. So if you're not a frequent flyer, it'll be okay. I think you'll survive. But if you're a frequent flyer, I need you to think about if it's part of your life to travel to the Philippines many times. It's either you suck it up, pay the extra fee, $500 to $700 more, and also just go through the layovers. That's pretty much it. Well, that's the cons, the cons of moving out of LAX. But other than that, it is what it is, guys. All right, so don't forget to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, and so I can answer some questions that you may have. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching the video.